So I'm Roger Barker. I'm a clinical neurologist that works in the University of Cambridge in England, and I was giving a talk here at this summer school on aspects of Parkinson's disease. What I was particularly interested in is the different types of Parkinson's disease, trying to understand how they come about, and then trying to take the therapies which are currently in clinic and the therapies of tomorrow and match them more closely to patient subtypes, with the hope that we can get better signals of efficacy in those drugs and those therapies that really work. So this program for this particular summer school has been very much around neurodegenerative diseases, so the chronic diseases which affect typically the aging brain. And so there have been a series of speakers here which have looked at this from different aspects. There's been some on the clinical aspects, some on the genetics, some more on the basic biology. And the combination of speakers has meant that one's had a very broad overview on this particular aspect of concern really for the ageing society, because these diseases will become more common. So everyone feels very informed wherever they come to that subject. So even if you're not particularly knowledgeable of that particular area, like neuroinflammation, you get an excellent introduction and then led right through to the up-to-date research which is happening on that, relevant to this common topic, so that everyone here gets something out of every talk that we have. I have to say this has been a fantastic experience. I think to be embedded in a group of enthusiastic young scientists in their PhD at the beginning of their postdoctoral career is very invigorating for those of us who've been in it for longer. I hope that they also enjoy the interaction which they get both from listening to the talks as well as having meals and talking informally with those who've been involved with giving the bigger lectures here. So of course these summer schools are set up for the students, and you could say, well, what do the speakers get out of it? What do the invited speakers derive from it? Well, I think there's a number of things that one can get out of this. Personally, I found it extremely interesting hearing other people, experts in their own field, delineate their subject and explain in more detail aspects of it. So I've personally learnt a huge amount. I've also very much enjoyed the interaction with the students, because they all have their own project. They all have little short presentations where they talk about the research, which then links to the poster where we can go and look at what they've actually done. And that is also terribly useful to see the breadth and depth of subjects that people are undertaking and the different techniques and the ways that people are thinking about problems. So I find the whole experience very invigorating. I find the whole thing really uplifting, and it sort of takes you away thinking, well, this is a great place to be with science at the moment. This is a difficult area because of funding in many places, but there's a huge interest and enthusiasm to try and solve some of these problems, and it's great to share that with a younger generation.